What's Agile? So Agile is a software development for a group of methods that promote adaptive planning. It means that if you are running Agile, it means that you are supposed to manage risks so that you are getting in touch with your customers every like a couple of days, so that you make sure that what you are building is exactly what is needed by your customers. And that's very important, other than doing like building the entire stuff and then getting back and getting feedback and you figure out that that was not exactly what they asked it. So Scrum is the most popular way of introducing Agile due to its simplicity and again to the flexibility of the methods. And since 2011, Skype has started running Scrum Agile in our organization. So before that time, we used to work in a waterfall fashion, which is I'm going to take 6 months for design, 6 months for building, 6 months for testing, etc. So, how are we running Agile? So, first of all, there is 3 key roles in Scrum team. We have the program manager, also called the product owner, who leads the development effort by giving his vision to the team and sharing also his vision to the stakeholders, other people from other teams. And of course, he should work with the Scrum team in order to prioritize the items, sharing this priority with them, making sure that they are really aware about the stuff running in the organization. In addition to that, we have the Scrum Master. So the Scrum Master is a person that is responsible for removing all impediments that the team meet during executing the work. So if there is any issue, the Scrum Master is accountable for removing this issue. And of course, we have the team. So the team are the person who are dev and test that are executing the work that has been negotiated with the program manager. So that's exactly how a Scrum team is built. Like we have team, we have Scrum Master, and the program manager. Let's have a focus on program manager, who I am actually now. So a program manager is actually making sure that he gets all information and all requirements from stakeholders. So who are stakeholders? Stakeholders can be managers, lead, user, end users. It can be also other team from the same organization saying, hey, I want this piece of code from you, so I need it. Can you prioritize it, guys? So the program manager gets all this information, define the requirement and their user story. So the user story is a work item that is defined as the following. Like, as a Skype user, I want to have a share screen app so that I can share my screen when I'm talking to other people. So that's how user story should be built. And of course, each user story has to have predefined acceptance criteria so that the team can know exactly what is the definition of done of each item. And then we know that this work is done because it's meeting the definition of done. So once the user story are written, they should be prioritized now. This prioritization should be meeting the organization strategy. So if the company want to prioritize something because they are going into one direction, the program manager have to make sure that the items are meeting this prioritization as well as the other team dependency. We need to figure out how to deblock others, and that's a very important role. Last item before starting working on this user story is to estimate them. So as a program manager, I need to sit with my team asking them, hey guys, can you give me a brief or let's say an estimate of this item? Let's say, how many days do you need it or something like that, so that I can have a precise estimate time of achievement for this work item. So once the backlog is the backlog is the list of the user story is defined and prioritized as well as estimated, we can start the sprint. So the sprint starts with the sprint planning meeting where we have the dev and the program manager meeting together, and they decide together what are the work items that I want to take for this sprint, for this iteration. So of course, a sprint varies from a team to another. It can be 1 week or it can go till 4 weeks. for my case, for example, we started with 2-week sprint, then we decided to move it to 1 week because we thought that that's more flexible than 2 weeks. So it's very flexible. It's up to each team to define the sprint duration. And in each sprint, we will have a piece of design, we have a piece of analysis, piece of dev, a piece of test, and we will end the sprint with a retrospective and a review. So the review is a meeting where the dev meet with the program manager, showing them, okay, guy, Mr. Program Manager, this is what you asked it has to do, and this is what we have done. So are you happy with it? Do you want us to close it? And the program manager figure out if it meets the definition of done, then everyone is happy. The retrospective is a very important meeting where the dev have to meet the Scrum Master in order to tell him, oh, while executing that, we met a lot of problems. So that problem 1, 2, 3, can you help us with raising it? During the sprint, every day, dev have to meet for 15 minutes. We call this stand-up, or also daily Scrum. So it's only 15 minutes because it's recursive. I mean, it's every day, and we don't want to make it boring. So every day, each dev has to tell to the other, I've done that and that yesterday, and I'm going to do this and this today, so that everyone is up to date with other work. Okay, so the good thing with running Scrum is that we have this small iteration, and we are releasing every end of sprint, and this release will provide a potential shippable item. So we are shipping small piece, but this is already shippable. It's better than waiting, let's say, 1 year before shipping the entire thing and then realizing, oh, shit, that was not exactly what I wanted. So that was the easy part of a program manager, but actually it's much harder than that, because in reality there is not only one team, it's cross-team. Like, for example, in my case, we have media data service. In that media data service, we have 4 Scrum team, and this Scrum team has to be aligned. They need to make sure that they know what the other are doing and what they need from us. So in Skype, we are organized in RV. We call that release vehicular. And the team are supposed to be aligned with the product priority, company strategy, and other Scrum team. And that's exactly what a program manager should make. He should provide high alignment by providing exactly the good communication on what they need to solve. And also, program manager has to give flexibility to the team, because it's the team who should decide how to do it. So the program manager should know what to do, but he's not supposed to know exactly how to do it. It's the team mission.